listening to DORiS Radio.
You're listening to DORiS Radio on WHCP.
You're listening to DORiS Radio on WHCP.
You're listening to DORiS Radio
DORiS
on
Radio,
WHCP.
WHCP.
I find what you shared to be so insightful, but also just more so exciting. Mm-hmm. And it makes me really excited about the future.
Yeah.
You know, I so much of the different areas that we went into in the conversation, you know, we highlight a lot of communities in our community who go ignored and are underrepresented, and seeing that attention being dealt to those areas and to those communities makes me really excited. Mm-hmm. And so even though some of the parts were harder circumstantially, seeing what it's leading to is like, I feel like just beautiful.
Yeah.
And so it makes me excited about what's to come.
Yeah. We really have to embrace our journey.
That's it.
From those traumas to pure healing. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to embrace it.
I've said this now multiple times, but I'm taking that term too. Mm-hmm. Embrace your journey. You know, that's something that even with you, when I talk to you, you know, people, when I tell people I want to interview them, they're always like, why you want to interview me? I ain't got nothing to share. I ain't got nothing to say. It's like, I'm like, everything that you're going through is impactful, hugely impactful to someone. Mm-hmm. And just sharing anything, good, bad, boring, exciting,
ugly.
I find that, ugly, good, bad to ugly. It's like there's something there that we can learn from, mm-hmm. that we can take away from.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about off air about Lucille Ball, mm-hmm. and hearing people have these conversations in the 60s and hearing how they're dealing with so many of the things that we're also dealing with. You know, these were like celebrities and stuff, but they're talking about the things that were really bothering them are just the everyday familial relationships, dealing with their kids, dealing with their parents, how to connect, how to balance work and life, and being open about those circumstances, I think, is where the magic happens. We got so much that we can teach each other, mm-hmm. and that other people can learn from us, and embracing that journey, your journey, or something. I'm keeping that.
Yeah, people. When people say like, "Oh yeah, I had to get it out in the mud,"
yeah,
believe them.
That's it.
That's their perception of their life.
Uh-huh.
Like, some people talk bad about Trump. Like, oh yeah, Trump ended up getting $1 million loan from his dad. We don't have that. Uh-huh. I'm reading a book now. Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. These people came from slavery. Uh-huh. The college Bethune-Cookman. Mm-hmm. The hair supplies that we use now from, what's her name? Madam C.J. Walker. Uh-huh. Like, they have helped shape who we are today. Uh-huh. But look where they came from. They had to go through that.
Yeah.
You have to go through.
It was necessary.
Yeah, like, even Donald Trump went through. Mm-hmm. He got that $1 million, yeah, but look how many times his businesses have...
Definitely still going through.
Boom. Look how many times his businesses have failed.
Come on.
Look how many bankruptcies this man has probably had on his businesses and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But the impact of all of those things. Mm-hmm. So we have to be sure that when we get in certain spaces, no matter how small it feels in the beginning, we say things and it gives life. It gives life to those things when we release those things. So there was a little young gentleman, I don't know his name, he was a little preacher. And he was like, you open doors by opening your mouth. Uh-huh. I was like, cool.
Come on.
I ain't think about that. Uh-huh. But when I hand people my business card, that's an open door. Mm-hmm. So you are able to create your own opportunities. Mm-hmm. So don't let people you don't have to wait for opportunities. Create them. Mm-hmm. Create them things. Mm-hmm. Like, and about the whole grass thing, right? I truly see me and my children with a white blanket on the ground, enjoying life, looking at the stars, looking at the moon, looking at all of those things, because that's how we connect. That's how we connect, right? But I want my children to be able to dream. I want them to be able to do the things that they truly desire. Like, there has to be parameters around it, of course. But I truly want them to be able to dream, and with that freedom, we're able to change someone's world.
Yes. That's, you know, I love how you took us into the future there with the kids and all that. I could just see it all, and that reminded me a lot of Roots. Have you seen Roots? Alex Haley
I never watched it. It's just too much for my life.
It's definitely a hard watch. It's
It's too
Alex
much for my
Haley,
life.
he's one of my literary idols. I'm a
Okay.
big book nerd. And so I went in book first, and one of the takeaways that I got from there that I enjoyed a lot. I mean, I enjoyed the whole book, but what you were describing with the kids, we see Kunta Kinte's character. The story of Roots, for those who don't know, it's the author Alex Haley retracing his family line back to the first enslaved person who was brought here from Africa in his family, who was Kunta Kinte. And throughout the story, we see a series of births of the following generations. And one of the things that carried through, even though so many of parts of the culture was lost and the language was lost, and one of the things that stuck was when he was born, that one of their traditions was to take their child out. The father would take the baby the night it was born, on that night, and take it and hold it up to the sky and say, behold the only thing that is greater than you, telling them, the kid, that you can be anything you want, having that respect for the higher power, and then but never limiting yourself. And this was an African tradition that had made it through slavery and the Middle Passage and Jim Crow all the way up to Alex Haley in the present day. And I mean, he's still alive now, so in the present day. And that was something I found to be very profound in that reading. And then, like I said earlier, when you described the whole toe thing, I could almost feel that. And then when you went into the future just now, I'm just like, look at that. It just makes I'm like, that's something we got to carry it through and keep pushing it through.
Exactly.
Imparting that into the kids. And I just wanted to share that. I think that's beautiful.
So now you see how it ties in, right? Presently, I can touch the grass now. And future-wise, I plan on touching the grass, but now I'm experiencing this with my children.
Yes.
And so it's finding that harmony. I can dream, I can visualize all day long. But the reality now, I have to take advantage of that, because God forbid, I might not get there. Right? But or I'll be on my sick, or I'm on my sick bed and I'm like, dang, I should have put my feet in the grass, or I should have put my foot in the sand while I was at the beach. I didn't even want my feet to get wet, or I didn't want to track sand all in the car. You don't get those moments too often, some people. And I think, like, we had a lot of rain a couple weeks ago, back in October. All of that rain, instead of me complaining, I enjoyed it. Only because, like, I even went out in the rain because I went to Costa Rica a couple years ago. Them people, their electric is cut off at a certain time throughout the day while they're at work and stuff. Their home electric is cut out. They still manage in the rain. Like, we went kayaking while it was storming and raining. I never did nothing like that in my life. I'm like, oh, this for me? I don't know if this was me, but
experience in life.
It was amazing, right? So you got people who are having disorders with feelings in their fingers and their hands. So for me to experience the rain, that's a gift from God. So I'm taking those negative experiences or those bad things that I think and turning them into joyfulness, like thankfulness. Like, Thanksgiving get ready to come up. It's like next week. Like, we still ain't got no turkey, but it's just showing that gratitude for the higher power. It's showing that gratitude to the Most High.
That's gratitude. It's the reason for the season, y'all.
Yeah.
We got to give thanks. And
in all things.
Yeah, in all things.
Yeah, like, don't let it just be.
For something great.
Yeah, like, don't let it just be Thanksgiving that you just give thanks.
Come on.
You gotta. Don't.
It's always the season.
For like, don't just celebrate Christ on the 25th. Like, celebrate him throughout your whole entire life. Fill that glass up.
Yes.
Because you can't pour. I had to realize, like, as well, you can't. We give from the overflow. You can't give from your glass. If you give from your glass, you're halting the whole entire process.
Yeah.
And I had to realize that, like, I'm over here pouring out. Like, there's a gentleman named Mac, homeless guy. Well, he's not homeless now, thank God. He's been able to find housing. But Mac, I seen him yesterday. He is like, he brings joy to my life. Like, he looks good. He's doing so much better. But he still has his ups and downs, right? Like, it's still things that he's battling. Like, he's not on drugs or anything like that, thank God. because so many people end up turning to stuff like that and don't have the mental stability that they need. But he's a veteran, so now he has home. He has a home. He does have a bike for transportation. He now has a church who's giving him food monthly. And he still receives his help from the state, but it's not like it could be. Like, the money is not there for him to sustain himself for the most part. So being able to see him and receive from him, he said, I just get out here and I'll stay out here until I get about $40 because that's all I need. I asked God, just give me what I need. He had taught me a valuable lesson. If I could just get what I need, I have everything. I don't need nothing else, at least for the day, right? So he taught me that, and when I seen him yesterday, he had clean clothes on. He looked really good. I'm like, bruh, you look good. He was like, yeah. So one day I went to go get in my car, and there was a cardboard handwritten letter, and it said, God loves you, Mac.
Oh my gosh.
And my mom almost threw that away. I said, girl, you better not throw that away. That's a message. That's a pivotal moment in my life that I may need that reminder soon. Or I can look at it daily, and that's my reminder. Like, God loves you. And in this man's situation, he's still pouring out. So money really don't make you who you are.
He got a full cup.
What? That cup is overflowing.
Come on.
Overflowing. And so I'm able to pour the way I'm pouring.
Because you got a full cup.
Because my cup is full. God has given me everything I need. Now I'm able to pass that on to someone else. So the money will come. But my needs right now are being met. And that's all I can ask for today, right? So we here.
We here.
We are here.
We here now.
We are here now.
And we good.
Beyond good. We're blessed.
We're blessed.
We are blessed beyond measures. Definitely blessed beyond measures. I thank you for your time.
I thank you, Tashana.
I thank you so much for your time.
We wrapping up part 2. This has been DORiS Radio with Tashana Phillips. Keep it locked.